Good morning. Well, today's mission is going to be a bit different. It's going to be a bit of a history lesson on a place called Poverty Creek on Bribie Island. There's a lot of history around this area, and I'm going to try and capture it and walk in the footsteps of history and the people that used to live around this area. I've just paddled across from Donnybrook, across Palmerston Passage, 2k paddle it was, and I've just stashed my kayak in the mangroves down there and just started walking. Straight away I come across these old fence posts here. Used to be a big grazing area, this, back in the late 1800s. So we're just going to keep wandering this way. I've got a route on my GPS. Looks pretty awesome so far, this open country. We're heading sort of that way. Just going to do a big loop around. It's about, I think we're going to head 3k's north and then start sort of heading back around, head east for a little bit and then back south. It's about roughly 6k sort of hike all up, and there should be some pretty interesting country. Bribie Island has had various uses throughout its history, dating back as far as the mid to late 1800s, including native timber harvesting, beekeeping, quarantining, sand mining and oystering, just to name a few. But today we focus on one particular area of the island and its history: Poverty Creek. Poverty Creek is situated on the western side of the island on the Palmerston Passage. Its name speaks for itself due to the hardships the new settlers had faced in those times. Bribie's grazing history also centred around Poverty Creek, where an old cattle dip, fencing, shack and dams still all remain today. In the late 1800s, the Bribie Island oyster leases were owned by James Clark, also referred to as the Pearl King. Starting out in the Torres Strait at 23 years of age, he became the dominant figure in Australia's pearl shelling industry. Oystering, though, was Queensland's largest industry at the time, and the men worked hard on the Bribie oyster leases from dawn till dusk, 6 days a week. A boat was sent from Brisbane every fortnight to pick up the harvested oysters. Prior to the boat's arrival, the workers would have the job of removing the oysters from the rocks and storing them on a large movable platform that was lowered below the tide level to keep them alive until they were ready to be packed for shipment. Mission Point is directly west, straight through there, about 700 metres. I can smell the smoke from the campfires. Last night's pig action. Bit of a drainage system running from the passage, zigzags all through here. just peters off up in that direction. I got to get across this. Should be able to get up over there. I'm nearly at the turnaround point. Done about 3 k's, and yeah, starting to walk through this mangrovey stuff.
When your life's been put on hold for far too long, when the sorrow and despair is growing strong, there is always something good to be obtained from breaking loose and leave the things that kept you chained. So when you find the strength to really shed your skin,
I'm following these little tracks. I don't know if they're a small fox or a cat. Looks like a cat. I don't know what that is. Maybe a mud crab hole or something.
when the road is long and hard and without end, and you
I've done it. That's what we want. More open stuff like this.
feel like nothing's waiting around the bend. All good
Good one's
things
that.
will always come to those who
This area is
wait.
about 3.5 k's sort of north
Your pride and stand
of
up straight.
Poverty Creek.
So that
I'm just going to keep following this along, and I'm hoping it narrows up so I can cross it.
you need to do is search within.
Seeing a bit of horse sign. I've seen wild horses up here in the past, but not for years. They're left over from the old days. Same as cattle, a lot of scrub cattle. I've seen fresh cattle tracks back there in all those mud sort of plains down near the water, near the passage. But yeah, they're still getting around. Oh, now that the pain's gone, I can start filming again. I've slipped on those roots there and went down straight on the side of my leg on a root. Oh, fuck, that hurt. I'm just going to turn the camera off, put the phone away and just smash that out. Straight through there. Get that tree line over there, should all be dry ground, and then I can just keep moving. I've thrown the camera on the chest mount. It's too ridiculous not to capture on film. Not a lot to hang on to either. All these trees are dead, rotted. I don't know how deep that is, but I'm just going to go it. I got all my electrical gear up in the backpack, so I can go down a bit. I'll get some drone footage of that swamp, give you a better look what it was really like.
I could never settle down too far away from my hometown. With my family I am bound. I stick by them till I'm in the ground. Resting on the myth of old, all of the stories I've been told. Secret places hidden well are gone now as far as I can tell.
It's pretty cool doing a bit of research on an area, like history wise, and the industries and the people that lived in these areas, and then when you come and walk it, it's just that more special. I'm only about 400 meters from the kayak that way, but I've just been getting pushed out by the swamp again. This is good little snake country. I know there's red-bellied blacks, whip snakes, keelbacks on Bribie. Hopefully that's it. I've got about 200 meters to go, I reckon. I'm this far away. I can smell it. Look what I've found. An opening. If I keep walking straight ahead, straight in a straight line that way, I will bump into my kayak. That's about 12 o'clock right now. I smashed that. I cut a few corners, but I sort of had to. So yeah, it's good to be back out in the open like this. I can breathe. Well, I made it back to my gear. Kayak's through there and it's not looking real flush. I can see a little channel. Oh fuck. I'm hoping I can do something with that. This is bullshit though. I'm up to my knees. This huge stingray trying to be my friend. Oh. Got off. Oh, that was a killer. I think I might be there now. It's about 8 inches deep, and hopefully deep enough to paddle my way out. Well, I'm out of that creek. Poverty Creek. I think it has a new name now, and it's not good. That was hard, man. Dragging the thing most of the way. I was able to jump in a couple of times for about 20 metres, but then I was just straight back out. Pushing. Stingrays were trying to swim up current against me, trying to get under the kayak and carry on. And I'm just glad to be out in the deep water now, paddling back across the Donnybrook. That's Poverty Creek in the background, you can see. And yeah, it's been fun. Good looking country in there. I'm glad I've seen it. Been to the campground there a few times, but that's nothing. That's just 4 drives and bogans. But up where I just went, that was awesome. You just step back in time. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the little history lesson. It was fun doing it. I know a bit more about my hometown now. Bribie. Good. I'm going to hook in and paddle, get back to the ute. I've got about 2 k's. I've got to go around, because it's low tide now, I've got to go around a huge sandbar. And yeah. Alright, catch ya.